Hi, we're here at LDV Winery at Old Town Scottsdale at the Wine Gallery, and we're going to talk about how to do a wine tasting. And one of the first things you need to do when you're tasting a new wine is look at the color. And I always like to take a piece of paper or a napkin and really examine the color. So look at the thin part where you've turned your glass a little bit up against the white. And something like this, which is a Syrah or a Petite Syrah, is going to be very deep colored and you're not going to be able to see through it. But maybe a Grenache like this will be a little bit lighter. And actually on a Grenache, you might see some brown tinge around the edges on that wine. Perfectly okay, it's very common in that particular grape. The next step in a wine tasting is you want to get some air and some oxygen on that wine. And so you want to really get it swirling. I always like to use a flat surface and not try to do this in the air because it makes it more difficult and you'll spill on your partner. And it's also key, you notice how far up the glass we've poured the wine. That's also very important. That's about 4 ounces of wine in this particular glass. So you want to really get it swirling, get some air on it, and you don't want to hold your glass by the bowl because you're not only putting fingerprints on the glass and that impacts the color and the view of the wine, but it also warms your wine. So always hold your glass by the stem. The next is taking the first taste. Well, actually, let's smell the wine first. You want a big enough glass so you can get your nose totally into the wine. And if you hold the glass kind of towards the top, you get more of the aroma. And you're smelling the aroma for all the nuances of it. Then you want to take a taste. And when I taste the wine, I want it to really hit all of the receptors in the mouth. But the first taste never counts. So go in for the second taste. And what you're tasting for is not only how does it taste up front in your mouth, but how does it coat the entire mouth and all your receptors, and then how does it finish? How does it go down? Is there a finish or is it abrupt? And it should, wonderful wines like these will have a front, a middle, and an end. And that's all to be enjoyed. So try out these techniques when you're drinking wine and see if it improves your enjoyment of wine tasting. Cheers.